Day 120, 2 Chronicles 21 to 24. Judah's kings. 21. Jehoram, king of Judah. 22. Ahaziah, king of Judah. 23. Athaliah and Joash. 24. Joash repairs the temple. The wickedness of Joash. Jehoram's life is living proof that a bad marriage can undo even the best of upbringings. Raised by a godly father and grandfather, Jehoram marries the wicked daughter of Ahab and Jezebel, embraces her pagan deities, and leads the nation into idol worship once again. Day 121, 2 Chronicles 25 to 28. Ahaz's corruption. Chapter 25. Amaziah, king of Judah. 26. Uzziah, king of Judah. 27. Jotham, king of Judah. 28. Ahaz, king of Judah. King Uzziah does mighty things for the nations of Judah, both military and architecturally. But spiritually, his life resembles a roller coaster. His grandson Ahaz is wholehearted in his zeal for false gods and pagan practices. Though God repeatedly tries to warn Ahaz of the danger of his ways and to turn the king's heart to him, there is no response. Day 102, 2 Chronicles 29 to 32. Hezekiah's reform. Chapter 29. Hezekiah purifies the temple. 30. Hezekiah celebrates the Passover. 31. Contributions for worship. 32. Sennacherib threatens Jerusalem. Hezekiah's pride, success, and death. Inheriting a disorganized country and a heavy burden of tribute to Assyria, Hezekiah nevertheless put first things first. In the very first months of his administration, he reopens and repairs the house of the Lord, restores the long-neglected temple worship and Passover celebration, and declares war on idol worship and pagan practices. God crowns his life with prestige and power. Day 123, 2 Chronicles 33 to 36. The fall of Jerusalem and the decree of Cyrus, king of Persia. Chapter 33. Manasseh, king of Judah. Amon, king of Judah. 34. Josiah's reforms. The book of the law found. 35. Josiah celebrate the Passover. Death of Josiah. 36. Jehoahaz, king of Judah. Jehoiakim, king of Judah. Jehoiakim, king of Judah. Zedekiah, king of Judah. The fall of Jerusalem. The decree of Cyrus, king of Persia. The final century of Judah's national history read like a bad dream. But in the midst of this doom and destruction shines a ray of hope. Cyrus, king of Persia, issued a decree. The house of the Lord must be rebuilt in Jerusalem. Who among his people is willing to return? Day 124. Ezra 1 to 3. Rebuilding the altar and the temple. Chapter 1. Cyrus helps the exile to return. 2. The list of the exiles who returned. 3. Rebuilding the altar and the temple. For 70 years, the people of God have languished in Babylonian exile. But though the situation looked bleak, God has neither forsaken nor forgotten them. At the appointed time, he raises up a pagan Persian king named Cyrus, whose proclamation permits the Jews to return to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple. Day 125, Ezra chapter 4 through 7. Completion and dedication of the temple. Chapter 4. Opposition of the rebuilding. 5. Tatanized letter to Darius. 6. The decree of Darius. Completion and dedication of the temple. The Passover. 7. Ezra comes to Jerusalem. King Artaxerxes' letter to Ezra. Zerubbabel's goal of rebuilding the temple in Jerusalem sprang from pure motives. He marched 900 miles through perilous wilderness. He labored neither for monetary gain nor public notoriety. He knows that the task of rebuilding the nation must begin at the altar, not the workbench. The challenge is primarily spiritual, not architectural. With the help of God, the work was completed.